The events leading up to the Battle of Stalingrad were shaped by the broader context of World War II and the strategic goals of Nazi Germany and the Soviet Union. Understanding these factors is crucial for comprehending the significance of the battle and its impact on the course of the war. The origins of the Battle of Stalingrad can be traced back to Hitler's ambitious plan to conquer the Soviet Union and secure vital resources, territory, and Lebensraum, or living space, for the German people. This plan, codenamed Operation Barbarossa, was launched on June 22, 1941, and marked the beginning of the largest military invasion in history. The German blitzkrieg tactics initially achieved significant success with rapid advances deep into Soviet territory. Despite early victories, the Soviet Union refused to capitulate, and the war on the Eastern Front descended into a brutal and protracted conflict characterized by massive casualties and widespread destruction. By the summer of 1942, the German advance had stalled, and Hitler sought to regain momentum by targeting key strategic objectives, including the city of Stalingrad. Stalingrad, situated on the banks of the Volga River in southern Russia, was a major industrial center and transportation hub. It was named after Soviet leader Joseph Stalin and held symbolic significance for both sides. For Hitler, capturing Stalingrad would not only eliminate a key industrial and logistical center, but also deliver a severe blow to Soviet morale and prestige. Additionally, control of Stalingrad would provide the Germans with a strategic foothold on the Volga River, facilitating further advances into the Caucasus region and the oil-rich territories of southern Russia. For Stalin and the Soviet leadership, defending Stalingrad at all costs became a matter of national pride and strategic necessity. In the spring of 1942, Hitler authorized a new offensive, codenamed Operation Blue, aimed at capturing Stalingrad and securing the southern flank of the German advance. The operation was part of a broader strategy to achieve decisive victories on the Eastern Front and pave the way for the eventual conquest of the Soviet Union. German Army Group South, commanded by Field Marshal Fedor von Bock, was tasked with executing Operation Blue and advancing towards Stalingrad along the Volga River. The German offensive was supported by powerful armored formations, air superiority, and overwhelming firepower. On June 28, 1942, German forces launched their assault on Stalingrad, rapidly advancing through the surrounding countryside and encircling the city. Despite initial Soviet resistance, the Germans made significant gains and quickly reached the outskirts of Stalingrad by early August. The battle for Stalingrad began in earnest in the summer of 1942, as German forces clashed with Soviet defenders in fierce fighting along the city's southern approaches. The Germans sought to encircle and isolate Stalingrad, cutting off its supply lines and gradually squeezing the city into submission. The Soviet defenders, under the command of General Vasily Zhukov, put up a determined resistance, utilizing urban warfare tactics and fortified positions to slow the enemy's advance. Despite being outnumbered and outgunned, the Soviets inflicted heavy casualties on the Germans and delayed their progress. The fighting was characterized by brutal close-quarters combat, with both sides engaging in fierce street battles and house-to-house fighting. The city's industrial districts, railway stations, and riverfront areas became battlegrounds as German and Soviet troops clashed for control of key strategic points. In July 1942, Hitler issued Directive Number 45, which outlined the objectives of Operation Blue and emphasized the importance of capturing Stalingrad. The directive called for a relentless offensive aimed at breaking through Soviet defenses, seizing the city, and securing the Volga River. Hitler's insistence on capturing Stalingrad at any cost reflected his strategic priorities and ideological objectives. He viewed the city as a symbol of the Soviet resistance and believed that its fall would demoralize the Soviet Union and hasten its defeat. Despite the risks and challenges posed by the urban terrain and determined Soviet resistance, Hitler remained committed to the campaign and ordered his generals to press forward with the offensive. The strategic importance of Stalingrad, combined with Hitler's determination to capture the city, set the stage for one of the most decisive and brutal battles of the war.